I'm going to check for sure. I mean, I know, I believe Riverside.
Yes, ma'am.
However, I
Uh,
want to see, I want to see for myself.
yes, there is good, especially in accounting and financial trust, but verify, right?
But ain't nothing wrong with verifying. That's right.
That part.
So, good afternoon, everybody. Great afternoon.
Hey, let us know if
Um,
you're out in the audience. We can
oh yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. It's saying we are live. Okay.
We
I
can
just want to
see.
make sure. I just want to make sure, because technology is technology.
Yes,
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna say beautiful or awesome or awful or technology is a technology, and it is the way of the world
Yes, it
today. So everybody, hey, my name is Dean Kathy. Welcome to Bestie Finders Office Hours, and we are all, well, not all of us are here, but I'm here with my bestie, Coach Nayala. Y'all, our other bestie, Dr. Lisa, is on vacation. And believe me, she's been vacationing, right? And not only that, Nayala just got back, right? She just
is.
got back. And so just really trying to get back into the swing of things. And you have quite a bit of stuff going on, girl.
I do.
Like moving, traveling back and forth, and
Yes, I'm in
different.
two different time zones, then Kathy. Two different time zones. I tell
Mm,
you, the stretching that is going on over here, it lets you realize like how great or where you need to fill in those gaps real quick.
right. That
And
is something. So when you're there, you have to operate an hour behind, and then when you get here, now you got to. Oh, okay. So it's
yeah,
not an hour behind. We are on time.
yes.
And so that's almost like what I was thinking before we got on
Mhm.
is that I love what we do here at Bestie Finder and with the gifts and everything, because it helps with all that is going on, in which everybody is looking for something. They want to attach to something. They want to join to something. They want to be professional at something. They want to start. But it all starts with who you are. It
Yes.
all starts with that, and we have been misdirected, misguided, lied to, used. I'll call it abuse, about who we really are. And so, not until we tap into how you were really designed, guys, and how you were actually made in conception, right? Will
Yeah.
you ever find that real place of authenticity and find that true place of success? And so that's why I love, love, love the gifts, because it does tap into who you naturally are. It tells you what how you think, why you think and act the way that you do, why you love the things and dislike the things that you do, why people say what they say about you, how you act in life or in situations. And so I just wanted to give that, because people still don't seem like they still don't get it, that they don't realize that knowing their gifts is so, so important, because you're going to be deceived. We've been deceived for a long time, and you're going to continue to be deceived and used and abused, in your giftings, because of the fact that you don't understand and know and value who
That
you
part.
are.
That
Oh my
part.
God. And value your gifts,
Yes.
that you can realize and understand that your gifts are so valuable, and that you are important to the project, or important to the call, or important to the ministry,
Yes.
or whatever the case may be. It
Yes.
is all based on your who you truly are, right?
Yes.
So
As you
that
were
was that
talking,
was on my heart.
that's and it's true. So I love it. That's why I love office hours. It's the opportunity for us to come on and really dive into the gifts and be authentic. And as you were talking, I was thinking about, we're all members of one body, right?
Hmm.
And so sometimes, if you're in the spiritual world, you may be a hand, you may be, just a
And
different
that's
part.
the server. You may
That's
be the arms and the hands. Exactly. You may be the eyes. That's the perceiver. You can see things that other people can't see.
yeah,
You may be the mind. That's the teacher
yeah,
who can think logically, critical thinking, and, very strategic. And, so it's so much. that we could just talk about. You may be the heart, which is the compassion, and the giver, that's the administrator who's that strong arm. And so it says so much, y'all. We could talk about, and so that might be something that we talk about one day during one of office hours. Is talk about how the gifts fit into the body,
Right. That
and,
is
and
great.
yeah, right. And so you can know where your place is, and just understanding that administrators are natural born leaders. You are visionaries, and it's okay. People don't tell you, girl, you're doing too much. You got a lot going on, and blah 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 blah. But you can't help it. You can't
Mhm.
help it that you get these ideas and you ready to move forward. You want to lay it all out, and you can paint the vision real clear to other people. That's who I am. That's my third gift. Even though I don't operate in that, I operate in that 98% of the time of who I am. 100%, I'm an exhorter. I love people. And so I want to see people be successful. That's why we do what we do. Woman University, business builders,
Mhm.
any type of coaching, her think partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so we share that gift. And so we want to see people live victorious lives, right?
Yes.
And that perceiver is one that, I mean, look, is that one that's going to tell you the truth. And so it's so many things that we could talk about, of these gifts. And so, but we're just going to go ahead. Did you have anything you want to add to that?
Just no, you're exactly right. That we all are have different gifts, and that once you identify, those top threes, you talked about how you operate in them. It allows you to give grace to others, to yourself first and foremost.
Yes,
First and foremost is give grace to yourself, embrace who God made you to be.
that's right. That's right.
Yes, we all have the gifts, but they might not come out equally, right? And so I'm just grateful to be able to understand the giftings and know how I operate. And it's letting me appreciate that compassionate person, because internally I think sometimes that it's a burden, but really it is a blessing. It's a
Mhm.
blessing. So that's all I
Right.
can
Because
add.
it teaches you how to maneuver life.
Yes.
And stop being offended, or, people not taking things the wrong way, people, just misunderstanding others. And so, guys, I'm telling you, it is so, so good. So, again, one of the things that we love to say, and that we have a program called Grace, is if you work with people, you need grace. And every single one of us, whatever we do, we work with people, unless you are stuck in a building that you just do not come out and interact with zero people. Now, I've heard of this place called CERN that has, people been thousands of employees that stay in this one building. Now they have to interact with each other, but
Mm.
they don't have a whole lot that they do with people on the outside. Girl, that's when I heard that, I was like, this is crazy. But okay. But y'all, okay, that was
Okay.
just getting into the gifts just a little bit. I think it's necessary,
Yes, it is.
and for us to talk about it, it was necessary,
Yes,
right?
it's the foundation, because Bestie Finder platform and our office hours are based on the gifts.
Yeah,
So yeah, we set the foundation.
absolutely. And it's important in everything
Yes.
that you do. I'm telling you, I don't care what industry you in, it's going to make the difference, because you're going to have to work with somebody. And not only that, we talk about putting our mask on first. You have to understand from your perspective how you may be coming across. Now it help you to understand why people say what they say about you. Like, oh, she's so rude. Or girl, you don't like nobody. Or girl, you always talking about somebody because you so opinionated, or you so sensitive, or you so nonchalant. All these things matter when you're working and dealing with people.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you see things, and oh, you so creative. Oh my goodness, you cook really well. You sew, you garden, and I mean,
Mhm.
all of this makes a difference.
Yep. That's a great server. I love them.
Girl, honey, all my look, any server I know, they were my best friends. Okay.
Yes.
People, what they say, some people come in your life for a time, or
Yes.
for a moment, or for a season. or for a lifetime, right?
Mhm.
And so you just enjoy those gifts while they are around you for the
Yeah,
call on your life, because everybody's going to elevate up. You right. The more
yeah,
you understand who you're going to elevate up.
yes,
But the more you stay, the reason why you're staying stuck is because you don't really truly understand who you are.
that part.
And that's going to keep you from elevating up. And even if you elevate up but you're still unhappy and uncomfortable,
Yeah.
that's because you got there by chance or by luck.
Mm.
Mm-mm. When you
Mm.
operate in authenticity, baby, and who you are, yeah, no, you're gonna get going.
Yeah.
And you're going to move up and you're going to be excited. You're going to know why you're there. You're going to know what you need to do, because now you got to do what you've done on that level in order for you to get to the next. And
Mm.
so for you to accomplish that thing that you've been called to. All right.
All right.
So we're going to handle the question of the day, the topic of the day. All
Yes.
right. And
How
so what's
yeah.
that? What we got?
The question is how to deal with decision fatigue. Like, what do you do when the stress of being in charge gets to be too much? What do you do?
Mm, what you got, girl? Because you know what I'm saying.
I'm telling you. So my top three gifts are compassion, and I don't. I'm gonna take the assessment again later on this year to see.
Hmm.
It'll be a
Did
year,
they adjust or switch places or whatever?
right?
Yeah.
Or even if I operate at a higher level, right? Because my numbers weren't all the way there. So
Hmm.
passionate, exhorter, and giver, right? And so as the compassionate, because I operate high in that compassionate and then everything else, like it's a little step down, right? So with that step down, I know that I come from a place of wanting to heal somebody, or if something is wrong, wanting to fix it and make people feel good and all of that. So if I come from that place and I get fatigue, it's easy to get fatigue. That's an emotional gift, right?
Hmm.
I just shut down. I just like that's the immediate. And then that exhorter is like, okay, people are waiting on you. You can't sit here and get stuck too often. So I get into, okay, what can I do? And I start thinking about, like, let me breathe, let me do my meditation, let me do my prayer. What does the scripture say about this? So I can speak against
Hmm.
things that are false,
Absolutely.
speak against that fear. So that is my take on it. May not
Yeah.
necessarily be the
Now
best.
let me tell you what that is too. Like for compassion, when you shut down,
Mm,
because compassion people don't like confrontation,
I don't.
and then they may not recognize that it is fatigue, right?
Mm,
That they're really dealing with, and then so when things don't, so when you start dealing with fatigue as any gift, we have to pay attention to what's really going on and what's really being said,
mm,
because as a compassion, you may start to respond differently, right? Because people may not respond the way that you want them to. So now you can just really start to say, you can tell that, okay, I'm just decision tired, right? And so you just have to notice those things, guys. If you listen to your body, that's the one thing that Coach Nayala loves to, teach us about wellness, about listening to our body. So and then because if you don't give in to the rest, you will get into that place where you will shut down and people wondering where you at and what's wrong. And so now the project or the position or the program is in jeopardy just for that moment. But one little moment could take us off track, take people off track. And you don't, and it would be hard to get back. And you can get back on track, of course, but it may take a minute.
mm,
But we can keep that from happening by paying attention with decision fatigue. And so sometimes you just need to eat, and just different things, and eating better that
yes.
would keep you from feeling fatigue, because there's some other things that play into that, right?
Yes.
So, but as an exhorter, my three gifts: exhorter, perceiver, administrator. All of those are those leading gifts. And I don't really deal with decision fatigue because we make decisions easily. If that don't work, let's do this. That don't work. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's move on. Or better yet, okay, then if I'm saying that if some of those things are not happening, I'm going to say somebody else needs to step up to the plate. Let's switch roles. Somebody else begin to do this, right? And not afraid of giving up or giving up that position as you being that person in that decision fatigue. Rest your body. Let somebody else do it for you. Yeah. And don't be afraid that somebody's going to take your place or take your spot or take your job or take your position. If what is for you is for you.
That part. Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? And so nobody can take it away. You can give it away.
Yeah.
By speaking crazy stuff and thinking craziness and not realizing that your body is tired and that you do have a co-partner or you do have somebody that's operating with you that's within the group that can make some decisions and get some things done as well, right? So that's why I say for me, if I see that you know what, if I really am tired, look, I'd be like, look, I need to take some time off, or I'm going to take the day. Either I'm just going to shut it down and be like, look, but I'm going to pass the responsibility over to somebody else, right? And so I'm not just going to not do anything and let it just be blank. I can't stand blank. I can't stand when it's quiet. Like if I'm working on something and if it's quiet, like if I'm asking a question and everybody's just sitting there, I can't. I know some people probably need a time to think, but no, come on, for my teachers and all these other gifts that's in there. I know y'all thinking something, you just afraid to say it. Say it.
That part.
But above all, do it. Take some time to rest, right?
Yes.
And when you feel like it's just becoming overwhelming, speak that to somebody. Don't hold that in, because a lot of compassion people hold stuff in. Not just compassion servers, they hold that stuff in, and they don't, and don't express that they're tired, and they'll keep going and going and going because the server doesn't know how to say no and wear themselves out. And now the project may be okay, but you're not. So I'm all about our gifts. All about win-win. Yes. Administrators are the ones who are in charge. Delegate. Delegation is your friend.
Yes.
It's not an enemy, right? Mm-hmm. And if you build your team the way that you know that it needs to be built according to the gifts, you don't have to worry about nobody stealing your position. You won't have to have that burden of thought.
Right.
But again, they can't take your place no way. So
that's right.
And you stop thinking that. So get it together. All right. Get it together. Recognize that you're tired. Take a break. Put somebody else in charge. Let them do it for you until you return. You can leave instructions and everything will just continue. Your business should not shut down. The program should not shut down. The project should not shut down, all because you didn't want to, delegate because of fear.
Yes.
So there, I said it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, guys, thank you all so much. We are at 18 minutes, but that's okay because Dr. Lisa's not here for us to be looking at. For us to be looking at her like, what's she saying? What's she thinking?
What's that? Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, guys, I pray that you all have an amazing rest of the day and week, and we will all see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. See you on Bessie Finder.
See ya.